Hey guys, what's going on? Have with me in my hands the Kershaw Select 1660. Very nice knife, a staple EDC for many people here in the community, and rightfully so. It's a great knife. Around 40 bucks, give or take, depending on where you look, which can be a little pricey for some people. You know, I'm not gonna argue with that. Every now and then, though, you will come across a Kershaw knife for under $20 even. Just like I did the other night. Picked up this bad boy at Walmart, the Kershaw 1920 Select Fire. Pretty cool little blade. Very, very different. And I was definitely attracted to it right off the bat. Especially for $10. I mean, like I said, guys, you can't beat $10 for a Kershaw knife. So, there are some things that I have against this knife. Some quality control issues, fit and finish. I wouldn't say quality control, but fit and finish issues. But I gotta remind you, it's a $10 knife. You know, can't really be too nitpicky with a $10 blade. So let's get started with this review. But before I get to that, actually, check out Exacto's review of this blade. He just posted one not too long ago of this exact knife, and it's a really good video. So I recommend you guys go check that out as well. So anyway, you have the Walmart exclusive blue FRN handle scales here. It also comes in black, but I prefer the blue just because it's different. But it's very nice, very pretty electric blue. You have those designs cut out in the handles there. Pretty cool looking. It does come with a pocket clip. I took mine off because one of the screws was stripped and it was wobbling around. But this is the clip that you will get with it. Very nice clip. Same clip they put on the Skyline and a lot of the ZT knives. So here's how it would look with the clip on it. Reversible from right hand to left hand carry, tip down only. But like I said, I took mine off. That was one of the issues that I had, the fit and finish issues, stripped screw. But $10, I just took it off. So one of the things that I found really cool, and that it was one of the reasons why I bought this knife, is because of these. You have these spring-loaded little housings for your different bits and whatnot. So on this side, it comes with a small Phillips head and a large Phillips head. You could possibly take apart glasses with the small one, little glasses screws. On this side, you have a large and small flathead. As I said, these are spring-loaded, so they just flop back into the handle. Has these two little nubs on either side, or one nub on either side, that contact with the steel liners, so they never push in any farther than that. So that's good. I like that. Also, these little housings are universal. So just for point of reference here, I have a Torx bit. Slides right in. So it's very cool. You can actually take apart another knife with this knife. So you have a backup blade with you, plus the capability of taking apart your main carry knife. So I was really intrigued with that idea. Maybe you could carry one of these. This is one of the bits that you can put a socket in. So that's pretty cool. A lot of versatility with that. Now it does leave the handle wide open when you do that. Could you cut yourself? Yeah, you could get your finger down in there and cut yourself on that blade. I don't think you could do it just by reaching in and grabbing that door to pop it open. Don't think that's possible. Suppose it could happen, but I don't really see that happening. And set into the spine of the knife, you have the driver. I kind of failed at that hole. Let me try that again. Redemption. So that looks pretty cool, in my opinion. Some people might say that's gimmicky, but you do have a driver. That's, I think, really cool. Put that in there, get the job done. Now it does lock into two different positions. You have here, and it's almost like a slip joint style. It doesn't lock or anything, but it does pop into place. Tiny bit of wobble, but it's not bad. So you have that position, and then it flops forward, and you can get a lot of torque with this angle. Perhaps set it to slightly steeper angle to get into different areas. I don't know. But it does lock into place in that position. So that's really cool. And you do have some bushings down in there. And it is inside the steel liners. So I'm not worried about the torque. I mean, I'm sure you can put a lot of torque on this knife and that wouldn't break. So pretty confident in that. On this side you have a millimeters measurement. Pretty cool. You can reference blade thickness that way. And on this side you have inches. So that's pretty cool. I like that. The retention on mine is not that great. X-Acto said his was real strong. Mine is, it just barely sets in there. Like, I could probably, well, it's not doing it now. Usually it will come out, but I don't think it would just come out when you're doing a job. So, I mean, that's really the important thing. But still not a lot of retention. Also, you have, on the handle, I don't have a bottle to demonstrate, but I've seen people hook that underneath the top of a bottle and pop the cap off. So that's another added little tool there. When you're gripping the knife, you can also put your thumb down there for added traction. I don't know. Looks kind of odd, but anyway. Alright, so let's get to that blade. You have a very nice looking drop point style blade. The length on it is 3 1/4 inches. So that is within most blade restriction laws. And partial serration. No, I do not prefer partial serrated blades, but this is all that they had. And I mean, for $10, I don't really care. This isn't going to be a main carry knife anyway. Yeah, this is a knife that you kind of throw in your bailout bag or your day packs. And you have a backup multi-tool and a backup knife all in one. The blade steel on this is 8CR13 MOV, very good budget steel. It's not the best in the world, but you can get it pretty darn sharp, and it has adequate rust resistance. So you have dual thumb studs there. Very nice. And back here you see model 1920, BLSTWM. X-Acto was saying in his review he thought that stood for Wal-mart, and I agree with him. I do believe that stands for Wal-mart. G&G Hawk design, and China stamped there. The tang. As it came, it was pretty darn sharp. I was actually kind of impressed with that edge. Now, it could stand to be touched up a little bit. It does catch a little bit. But I mean, for $10, the fact that it will cut paper cleanly, that's pretty amazing. I was very impressed with that edge from the factory. You have a liner lock down here. Locks up pretty early. It's kind of sticky, but you know, it's whatever. It does lock up fairly securely. Blade retention is alright. You can pop it out of the handle if you really, really try, but it's not something that's just going to happen being in your pocket or your toolbox or however you're going to carry this blade. Like I said, it is pretty smooth, which I was also kind of impressed with. It does have a tiny bit of side-to-side play, but that's because I have that pivot somewhat loosened. I could tighten it up and it would go away. And a tiny bit up and down. Not too much. It's barely noticeable, but it is there. Now, no, that's not going to be on every model, but I don't think this thing's going to fail on me. I did some spine wax, and it was solid. Black liners, which is pretty cool looking. You have that nice blue and black design. And of course, just by the design, they are heavily skeletonized. So Kershaw says this weighs 5 ounces. And I agree with that, because it feels about the same weight as my Mannix 2. But just very nice. Now Kershaw says it's a bead blasted finish. But as you see by the leak, I'm sure you guys are very familiar with Kershaw's previous bead blasting. They're very smooth and shiny. The one on the Select Fire, however, is like a matte finish and it has kind of a rough texture to it. So I don't know, it looks like a sandblasted finish, to be honest with you. But gotta go with Kershaw. I guess it is a bead blasting. But it just looks different. I don't know if it has anything, I don't know if it has any more rust resistance to it, because normal bead blasting has terrible rust resistance. But ergonomics are pretty nice. You have a deep finger choil there. And you have a nice little pinky choil, which I think that's pretty cool. A little pinky cutout. Here's how it would fit. No jimping up top. Don't really care though. Pretty good traction anyway. It does dig into your palm just a little bit, but you can choke up just a tad bit. Has a smaller finger choil there. Really digs into your palm there though. But doesn't really matter. This isn't going to be a super hard use knife. But yeah, this is just a really cool little knife for 10 bucks. You have some tools on here that it comes with, so you have spare tools. It has a driver, so I mean, just very, very cool. And even if you wanted to, you could take the scales off and make custom G10 ones. Take all the tools out and just have normal looking handle scales. So I actually might do that. But yeah, this would be a great gift for a family member or a loved one who's into blades. Because it is just a very different knife. You know, like I said, throw it in your toolbox. I'm probably going to keep it out here in our shed. Use it as a work knife. Maybe a backup in my bailout bag. But yeah, I think this would make a nice gift for somebody, good stocking stuffer, since it is so close to Christmas. So yeah, guys, I would recommend this for $10. I paid $10 for this. I don't feel ripped off. Honestly, if I paid $20 for it, maybe. I might feel ripped off, but but for 10 bucks, you can't really beat it, guys. So I recommend you go check it out. The Kershaw Select Fire. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman 614. Peace.